All right. Welcome back to Pretty Extreme Podcast. I know it's been a while, and I just wanted to release an episode before we celebrate the 17th anniversary of Mr. Pete Munoz at Woodham's Lounge on Monday. So I'm going to drop this episode today just so I can throw some shit in the air people can think about over the weekend. Life is challenging and there's a lot of shit going on, and it kind of irks me that, people take the time to find whatever it is that they want to find to validate the information that they have, but then won't take the extra initiative to confirm that the information is true. I never experienced so much drama in my life, other than my third marriage and in the comedy scene. And that's a lot of stuff that people don't hear about. But I mean, if you know a comedian, then you'll know that there's shit that's happening in the comedy scene. And with that being said, shout out to this specific comedian. You know who you are. We've had you on the episode, and there's things that have surfaced that makes this comedian a little bit incriminating. But I'm gonna be on the real with everybody. I know this comedian personally. I've sat down with this comedian, and I've even actually taken the time to help them take care of the things that they need to get on the right track. And I'm all about people changing only if they want to change. I'm all about helping people guide them into the right direction without having to feel that there's no one there for them, you know? I know the feeling. You can have so many people that know you but still feel alone. And depression, anxiety, suicide, those are all real things. And I think a lot of people need to start taking mental health seriously. It's a pandemic. It's happening. There's people dying every day. They're literally killing themselves. And I want to be one of the people that can save a life. Hence why was it third? No, Wednesday. Lovely Leslie Lang did an impromptu free hugs um, in front of Target. We first started at in front of the place we were eating at. I don't know, Habit Burger, and then I'm here trying to stick her sign. Don't say stick into the ground so it can stand up, because she got a sign that just doesn't stand up unless it's in the grass, which I would have turned it into an easel. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you can't hug anybody with an easel. I mean, you can, it's just in the way, but usually people don't even want hugs. But the ones that do, I'm sure they'll appreciate a hug. But I'd rather wear their sign. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So here I am sticking the fucking sign in the fucking ground. And these Indian guys are looking at us. Um, the cat was there. You can hear him in the background. No, he wasn't there. The cat was not there. He was at home, chilling, watching the planet Earth. And one of them, I finally get the thing in the ground and it's holding up, but it's windy, so it keeps getting blown down. And then one of the Indian guys, I'm like pointing at the sign, I'm like, free hugs. And he gets up and then he comes over and I'm like reaching out, like, oh shit, he's going to give us a hug. No, he bends over and starts fixing the fucking sign. And I was like, this motherfucker. All right, see, now I have to. This is what happens when you live in a zoo. When you live in a zoo, you gotta cater the animals, and they're gonna be part of the podcast because it's pretty extreme. I don't know. Do you want to come inside, outside? You can hear their little feet. There's about 3 animals I'm looking at right now. And that's that's chill. That's chill. That's chill. You guys are probably wondering, how did you not know your fucking animal's name? I don't know, because I have 5 of them. Excuse me. Sorry for anyone who doesn't like people who burp, but it's a natural thing. Get over it. I just feel like I'm just going on this rant because I feel like society is believing, what you hear is sometimes different when what you see, and what you see is sometimes different from what you hear. And sometimes we just gotta overanalyze things, and I'm an overanalyzer. I deal with, depression and anxiety, and it's not an easy thing to deal with, and a lot of people don't even believe it's real. But once people start believing that mental health is real, then I think we're another step closer to humanity. I don't feel like there's enough people with compassion out there. Then again, I feel like some people are just numb. They've just been so numb to the pain, the violence, the trauma in regular, real life, daily life. Maybe it happened once, maybe it happens annually, maybe it happens every day, to where people just become numb to it. And I just want to open people's eyes a little bit wider, have them listen just a little bit longer, so they can get the facts, truth before, spreading other people's business out there in the fucking universe. I don't know. I like spreading my business. Don't say spreading. And you guys are probably wondering, why does she keep saying don't say? I'm all, because I'm a creep. I like saying perverted things, and sometimes I'm not even the one saying it. It's someone else saying it, and my brain just, that's how it functions. It's like, oh, I'm thinking something dirty, just because that's on my brain. You guys can't stop me from thinking that way. So I apologize ahead of time for anyone who feels uncomfortable about that. You can go fuck yourself. Just kidding. You can go ahead and visit pxcomedy.org, hit the contact button. All, complaints and feedback will be sent to me, and I will respond with not giving a fuck. You heard it here first in the Pretty Extreme podcast. So back to what I was saying. I just think that, there's people who probably listen to this podcast and they hear things, rumors, and I think that whenever it comes to rumors, I go straight to the source. I go straight to the people. We don't know what other people are going through, and we don't know what the truth is. And what I like to say, there's always this one person's story, another person's story, and then there's the truth. And everything can be told certain ways. And I've caught people in lies, and I'm not a liar. I don't like to lie because I'm a terrible liar. And I just don't. I've been betrayed so many times, and I'm in my life where it's like I don't have time for bullshit, and I don't have time to convince people shit about other people. But what I do have time to do is support the people that I do care about, the people I do love, and let them know that, hey, I'm here for you. My cousin, I went to her house to do her nails, and I was telling her about this new joke I made about how it's tough having like a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old, and being a single mom. It's really tough. I always feel like I have to sleep with one eye open because I think my kids are gonna Melendez me. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't realize it's gonna be so loud into the mic. And then, but little do my kids know I'm a Casey Anthony, and it usually gets its or its laughs. The people who laugh obviously get the dark humor. I was telling this my cousin, she was just like, oh, and she was like, well, no, and she was like, man, like, would you support your kids if, like, they were a serial killer, or they like hurt people? And I'm like, you know what? I would 100% support my kid. I'm not saying what they do is right. Obviously, there's a disconnect in my parenting, or maybe there might have been something that might have happened to them that triggered things to make them do things. And again, I'm not saying it's okay, but as a parent who knows that I am the only person that they have, I would be there for them. And not only just be there for them, I would be there every day if they got a life sentence to remind them why they're in there. I don't know. Mentally, I'm just here to do what I can. And if something takes me, God takes me, or I don't know, a serial killer, then, it's my fucking time. But right now, it's not my time. And you're listening to the Pretty Extreme podcast, and this is extreme. Like, what I'm talking about, I don't know if people even think about this, but I think about it, and I'm talking about it because it was brought to my attention. There's some drama in the comedy scene where a comedian has been accused of lewd and inappropriate acts. But it's funny because when you read the actual article of what this person crime that was committed. Oh no, it deleted it. I'm gonna try looking for it again. Based on the information another comedian gave me and the information that's actually online, it doesn't match up. Meaning even more so that the story that they're believing is not true. And I'm actually associated myself with both of the comedians, and I know them both. I don't have any problems with anyone in the comedy scene, but one comedian is stating that another comedian is pretty much a pedophile, like straight up. That's what they're saying. If you ever look on the Megan's Law website, you would see that comedian's picture on there. But the crime, is being pedophilia. It's usually lewd and lascivious acts with a minor, right? Or sexual assault. This it states assault with intent to commit a specified sex offense. Commit. There is was something that was sent to me, and it wasn't just sent like that. It was way more vulgar, and I feel like the crime of what was committed was not committed by this person who's being accused. I don't know if that makes sense. If it doesn't, it's okay. Just hit me up and we can talk about this 101. And I'm trying to help this person clear their name because it's not the same person that they're talking about. And it sucks because the comedian did commit a crime. They paid their dues, and it's unrelated to what they are now being accused of. And what is being accused of is because there's a misconception on what the government has made parolees or people who've paid their time, which are parolees, I guess, and required them to register for Megan's Law. I know you're probably like, what? No. There's quite a few things. I mean, even peeing in public. Did you know that if you peed in a public park where there's like, I don't know, at nighttime? I'm only saying this because people have done this. I've seen this when I was in college around nighttime. They'd stop at a park and go take a piss because it's like, oh, this is the only place we can take a piss. It's like nighttime in the middle of the night. And there was actually someone that I met that they were registered on Megan's Law because they were peeing in the middle of the night at a park, children's park. There was no children around, obviously. It was in the middle of the night. And then they got arrested for that, and they had to register as a sex offender. So I recommend just doing your research. And there's a lot of facts out there that is clearing this comedian's name. And I'm not going to say it only because I don't think it's anyone else's business. But the reason why I'm saying about the story is because we need facts. And, there's a lot of Me Too, and I believe in the Me Too movement. But, there's so many things that just misconstrued, and I don't think it's right. And I think the truth always comes out. And I believe in helping people that need the help, that deserve the help. And I also I have faith. I have faith in society. I have faith in people. I have faith in people that want to change. I know people can change because I'm one of them. I see people change. There's a lot of people who've dealt with a lot of trauma, and they're still going through it. They're still piping through. It's like there are days, lately since I've been unemployed and on disability, but not really disability because I haven't got my goddamn fucking check or my payment, I guess. It's been tough, but I managed to wake up every day being thankful and grateful that I'm alive and I'm able to spend time with my kids, be able to take care of them and hang out with them during the summer times, the first summer ever that I've been able to just take time off and spend time with them. That's why I kind of work my schedule around the comedy scene, because I got kids. And if anyone's listening to this, that's just probably people that I personally know. And I want to know your feedback because I don't think anyone's listened in a long time. And that's okay because this is just for people who need it. You never know. You might even not know if you need this at the moment, but I'm here. PX Floro. Come find me. If you have any questions about this podcast, or visit pxcomedy.org, hit the contact button. I used to do radio, and I think the thing I missed the most about it was just knowing that I had such power, right? Such power to be on air, live, and just say what I want to say. And well, not really, because they kind of had to police what I had to say. Like, I couldn't say stuff like promoting other stuff. Like, right now I can say, this is sponsored by Tetris. You know what I mean? But it's not, I only say Tetris because that's what I'm looking at right now. My brother, he's the best brother in the world. He gave my kids a arcade, and it's a Tetris arcade, which is, pretty cool. But like, I was thinking, like, how much air can I do? I mean, I used to do 3 hours, but usually I had to mix music into it. This time, I'm just posting this pretty extreme episode, because it bothered me. It's been bothering me as far as, what's been going on with the world. There's a lot more hate that's going on, and we're losing humanity. Aliens are popping out of nowhere. Um, it's it's what I want to know. What I want to know is what's going on with everybody else. You know, what is everyone else going through? Like, I know I'm not the only one going through what I'm going through. And if there is people going through some shit, I want to hear it. Like, talk to me. You might want to talk to me. You're like, hey, you gonna talk about my shit? I'm not gonna talk about your shit if it's in confidence. You know what I mean? Like, if you're telling me confidant, like, I'm not gonna air out your shit because I'm here. I'm a really good friend. That's one of the things that I realize. I feel like that's one of my purpose. My purpose is hosting the shit out of a great, amazing show. That's one of my purposes. I love fucking hosting and producing. I love producing amazing shows. And then my other purpose is saving lives. I put my cape on every day to see if there's anyone that needs help. And some people are like, well, you can barely help yourself. I mean, right now I'm in a situation where I really can't help myself. I'm on disability, in case anyone's wondering. I'm going to be on disability for a little bit while I kind of go through therapy and figure out what's going to happen, tomorrow, in the next month, the next week. But I used to say during my third, I'm still going through my third divorce, take it minute by the minute, you know? Because day by day, I kind of just started stacking on the depression when you're just constantly thinking about what's going to happen next. I didn't even realize how severe my depression was. I think that's pretty extreme. It's pretty extreme that some people can have a mental disease, it's not, you can't see it, but it's literally killing them. And I remember having the episode, where you're just feeling like you're alone. And I'm looking at my daughter through the window. And because I have a studio here, and I've managed to make this an awesome. You can open the window. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good. I am talking low. Well, because there's usually more people in here and we're just loud, but it's just me. Okay. Oh no. Where's the zoo? He didn't want to come in here. Uh, oh, and there's Remy behind the door. Remy's behind the door. Watch out, you're gonna close it on her. Do you want to say hi? I'm doing my podcast right now. Yeah, I'm by myself. Do you want to be on here? All right, thanks. Can you close this window, please? Mm. The luxuries of having teenagers. You know, I I never thought I would enjoy being a parent. I know that sounds crazy, but I just, I love being their mother. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't stand other people's kids. Like, I mean, if they're cute and obedient and, like, they're not like, constantly screaming in the high pitch and, like, it's just tolerable to be around them. Like, I don't mind them. But then it's just, they're breaking my shit and just being a terror. I'm just like, whose fucking kid is this? Come fucking get him. Oh, it's my kid? Oh, okay. Shit, my bad, dude. um, but being a parent is just amazing. It's the best gift for those who can't be parents. I do highly recommend adopting children too, because there's a lot of children being murdered by their own fucking parents. There was this bitch that was on the fucking news. She left her 18-month-old baby at home while she went on a week's vacation. A week's vacation. what the fuck? I I get I get paranoid leaving my animals for one day, let alone a week. But like my animals are like house animals, you know what I'm saying? Like they're meant to be at home. Like my cats don't really want to go outside. And my dogs, they like being outside, so I'll take them out. But they'll be at home. I mean, I cannot leave them at home by themselves all day. I have to be able to at least see them at least once a day because those are my babies. And to hear that this mother left her 18-month-old baby alone for a week blows my fucking mind. Some people just shouldn't have kids like that lady. Like, and then you hear about the neighbors used to like watch, the baby. They were just like, she was a good girl, and I'm just like, oh my god. No one thought of like breaking down the door, thinking that baby was there by herself. It just blows my mind. Can't even imagine leaving my kids. I mean, they're 15 and 13 years old now. I'm like so thankful every year they reach a milestone. Like I'm so grateful because life is so short. Tomorrow is never promised. And I want to remind everybody about that. I want to remind everyone that it's not. You know, it's fucking crazy because it's real talk. Tomorrow is never promised. Life is so short. Hug everyone a little bit tighter unless you're trying to like not get COVID. Which, by the way, I want to say I started this podcast way before COVID, and now here I am. Still no COVID. I know a lot of people are getting the flu, so try to be safe out there, be healthy. Wash your hands. I don't know what else to tell people. Like, I don't know what it is. And everyone's like, when I tell people I haven't got it, they're like, oh, well, you probably got it, And I'm like, I test myself all the time anytime I'm like, oh shit, I'm getting sick. This is it. I'm going to get the COVID. And then I don't get the COVID. So everyone can suck a dick. Those people are like, tell me, you probably got it before. Well, I haven't been sick in a while. The last time I got sick was sick. The last time I got sick was like I've gotten like those little day bug sickness things where it's like I just ate something bad and I know it's something bad because like I get over it pretty quick, like it's like one day bug. I'm like, okay, I just shit it all out or I throw it up all out and then I'm fine. But the last time I was like sick was like when I had to get I think I had to get my tooth pulled out. Like they wanted to do a root canal and do all this shit, and I was just like, just take the fucking tooth out. They're like, you don't want a tooth back there? I'm like, why would I want a fake tooth back there? No one's looking at the back of my mouth. I mean, yeah, no one's looking at the back of my mouth. Don't say mouth. Yeah, and so I was sick, and then I ended up getting like a kidney infection. So I was out for 2 weeks, and when I was working at that place, I got reprimanded because they said that I wasn't really sick. And then my boss at the time went on asking me what kind of medication I was taking, which legally she can't ask me that. It's really none of their fucking business. Shit, for all they care, I could have fucking killed myself, which is crazy because I was working at a different company once. And then I found out that this guy who left the company I was working with at that time, left the company and then went to another company. I think he ended up getting heart surgery and then he died. It's like, what the fuck? And he was young. Something, I forgot what it was he had to get done, but people can correct me if they know who I'm talking about, but no one listens to this, so no one's going to correct me. And if you're listening to this, I'm surprised you got this far. Really, I am. I really am surprised I'm still talking this long, and I'm okay with that because there's been a lot of shit that's been on my mind, and like I said, mental health is important. It's pretty extreme. I should call this pretty extreme mental health. Pretty extreme health. The opposite of the extreme health, because I'm the most unhealthiest person you will ever fucking meet. And people hate me. I know they do. I don't know them, but I know they do because people tell me. People have told me, and I'm just like, I would love to meet these people that hate me. It'd be kind of fun one day to meet the people that actually hate me because I want to know why. I want to know what was it that I did that made these people hate me. I'm a pretty lovable person. I'm pretty nice. I'm kind. And I do go out of my way to make people feel appreciated and valued only because life is so short and we don't know what people are going through on the other side. And until I'm on the other side, meaning death, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. A lot of people have been telling me like, "Oh, you're too nice. You're too nice. Fuck you." You know what? You're right. I am too fucking nice. And instead of shaming the nice people, shame on the people who take advantage of the nice people. Shame on them. I'm making a movement. They have that saying, nice guys finish last because they make their women come first. That's a shout out to Leslie. She pointed that out, but supposedly that's already a thing. But how about we change it? It's been, I don't know how long. Nice guys finish last. I think they should start going first. And then they just lead, and then we'll just be like, okay, we either stand beside you or we follow you. And I'm a stand beside you kind of person, I don't like this. Well, I mean, I like following people on Instagram. It's stupid. But I mean, like, with partnership, relationships, friendships, um, I believe in standing beside that person. No, if that's not a person you want to stand beside, then why are you fucking with them? Like, if you're scared of a person, why do you fuck with them? you know, Unless they're holding you captivity. And I feel like that's how some marriages are. I think marriage can sometimes be a joke. I believe in it. I 100% believe in it. But I feel like what we've been taught about marriage, which they don't teach marriage, and what they've taught in religion, which they don't necessarily teach religion unless you're in that specific religion and you go to a class for it. Who are we to say anything? Like, especially, I think it's fucked up that a lot of this stuff, society, is surrounded by men. So, men, go fuck yourselves. Just kidding. We need you. Just kidding. No, we don't. Just kidding. We do. Just kidding. We don't. I don't need a man in my life. I really don't. But I want one. And when I say I want one that is gonna make me feel like a natural woman. No, It doesn't even have to be a man. It's just partnership. Knowing that you have this person that you can ride or die with. It's it's a great feeling to have. But we also should normalize individuality. Like, it's okay to be by yourself. Okay? Like, if you're listening to this and you're by yourself, it's okay. I have a lot of those days where I'm just by myself at home. And I love it. I really do. Except when I'm worried about paying my mortgage, like today. But today I'm not by myself. I'm with my kids. And it's even more nerve wracking being a parent, trying to figure out how you're going to pay the mortgage. I'm on disability. I'm not planning on going to work anytime soon. But I'm still going to do comedy. And as much as I like to call that work, it really doesn't pay the bills. So it's not work yet. It'd be nice if it did. I'm in a difficult time in my life, and I'm also having the best time of my life. I actually feel like I'm living until my mortgage company sent me a notice saying that I'm going to lose my home if I don't make a payment by Monday. Now, mind you, I got fired the day after my 40th birthday in April. I don't know if I've kept you guys updated on that, but I did get fired. The last episode was PNP. It was me and Priscilla. That's why it's called PNP, Priscilla and PX. So be sure to listen to the last episode and the new episode that's going to be coming out. We're going to be recording on Monday. It's probably going to drop on Monday too. So I highly recommend flagging this, saving this podcast. That way you can get the alerts and the notifications the moment it drops. But it's time. It's time to save the world, people. If you have the energy, do it. If you don't have the energy, save yourself. Okay? I'm here for you. And I'm here to make people laugh one person at a time, whether it's listening to this podcast or coming to a show, and spread mental health awareness. Because everything can be falling apart right now. Just remind yourself you're worthy, you're valuable, you're important. People love you, and you have your purpose. Let's do this. Let's go slay the day. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast, Pretty Extreme Podcasts. I'm your host, PX Floro. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, PX Comedy. Most of my social media platforms is PX Comedy, but best way, you can just visit pxcomedy.org. I love you. I love you. If you're listening to this, I love you. And have a wonderful life.